Alright, you guys, look what we got going on. We got a wall going on. I don't have a camera, so we're working with what we got. But we're actually at a job. We did this lady's garage. This was the garage with a basement underneath it. That was a tricky video. You guys should go watch it. But we have this little wall that we're doing. Not too big. It just comes off of like right here, comes around, goes around this little, I don't know what this is, some sort of drain. Comes around this way to the corner of the house. So just gonna be containing this portion of the yard.
Folks, the digging out part's not fun anyway.
Nope, and we're doing it with shovels, which is whatever.
But you're really gonna want to, oh, look at that rock.
So that's what we got going on. What'd you find? Quartz. Oh, Ryan's gonna quit.
We'll auction that off.
He's gonna quit and auction it off.
Yeah, I just told him. I told him to make this look good. Right?
All right, you guys. As you guys know, first step of the wall is building the base. So we've got her dug down. There's a clay pipe going through here with a T from there. So we had to deal with that. That took up some time. But now Evan and I are bringing some rock over here, and we already got a good majority of these blocks out of the back of my truck over here, and then we're just setting the base. Base is the part that takes the longest. So once we have the base up, especially since this isn't a super big wall, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do over here, whether we want to make it go in and out and around like that, or whether we want to do another tier, or whether we don't know yet. So this is where we're at right now. Like I said, I forgot the camera today. We'll have a camera here tomorrow to do a little time-lapse action of the wall going up. But for now, these are the clips. These is the clips. But we're in good shape, although it's taken us longer than it should have to get to here because of the clay pipe. All right, that's all for now.
All right, so I'm walking up here to this job to check this job to see how these guys are doing, and well, I tell you what, they're not doing too bad. It's gonna look like really good. Looks really good. I would have really liked to want lower on the bottom wall right here, and then added one on the next top wall so that you can kind of see more of that top wall when we're all done. But if we would have stayed to the lower wall, we would have been under the ground over here by the time we met there. So we had to put one more, and then I can't go any higher because then I'll be higher than the brick when my cap gets on there. So that's just kind of how it's going to be. So, and these caps, we probably the caps will come up there about 4 more inches, so we'll be able to get a good 4 inches of dirt over the front of that block. So you're not going to see much of that top block, which is fine. It'll still look good. It'll be more of a border wall than it will be a wall accent piece. So I like it. I enjoy it. So all right, well, let's see. So those guys are digging over there so they can get a good rock base under there. And then what else we got to do? We got to kick this dirt around, put some fabric behind there. I got to figure out what to do there. I think I got it figured out though. I do not like clay pipe, and then that is just going to be too low there. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm just going to fill that in with like a silicone or something around that, so that way that'll stay in there. And just keep the cap on there like that, so that's a clean out that you can get to.
You want to go up to right here, right?
Yeah, right to the brick that we're going to be putting in there. Other than that, I think everything's going pretty slick here. She added this over here. I have a bunch of these pavers, and she had a bunch of bricks that she put in there. So we're going to take those bricks out of there and just kind of make a little border. I was thinking about concreting those in, but I think what we're gonna do eventually is we're gonna tear that porch out probably in the next year or two in this sidewalk. So I don't want to get anything too permanent here because things might change, like the looks and the bed and the design. So I decided against it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take those, like we have these two here, and we're just going to put them in the ground and just set them in place, kind of like what they did there. It'll be good. So buried the downspout. I know that kind of looks a little unorthodox back there, but like I said, again, they're tearing the porch out and I don't want to get anything too permanent. So whenever they tear the porch out, then we can make that, maybe either make the porch a tad bit bigger, or so that way that bend comes all the way out to the concrete, because the pillars got to stay the same for up there. But we can bring that concrete out a little bit more so it looks more, so that pipe's not sticking way out away from it. So there's just a lot of design ideas you got to kind of make and just make it work. Got to just do it. So whenever we're doing these retaining walls, we always try to take our dirt and throw it inside, so that way we're not making a mess outside. So well, I'll flip you guys back on after a while. All right, we're getting there. All those caps need to be straightened and glued. Mike's cutting around that. That's the hardest part, that perimeter. This looks so good, man. So good. It's gonna look, I mean, I'm telling you what, that little bump out right there, that's the bee's knees. That's the cat's meow. All right, I'm gonna set you right up here.
All right, we finished building the wall. Here's what it looks like.